Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight for Bedtime Yoga, a practice you can do to help you unwind at the end of the day. So if you'd like to get started here, we will just take a moment in a seated posture just to check in. I'm just taking a few moments to notice how you're feeling, to consciously release any tension that you can release at this point. So you might be noticing that your shoulders can release a bit more. Your shoulders can release, your jaw can release. And just begin to watch your breath flow in and out. And throughout the day, sometimes our breathing can become shallow, it can become irregular, depending on what's going on, how busy we are, or how we're feeling emotionally. Our breathing can change. One way to help bring our breathing into balance, and this is a wonderful breath to do any time of day, but it's really nice again before bed, helping to even things out, is the alternate nostril breath. So whatever position you're in, we're going to start to practice that breath. We're going to close off the right nostril and breathe out through the left. We're going to breathe in through the left nostril. And then we're going to switch. So I just put my same finger just to the other side, close off the left nostril, breathe out to the right, breathe in through the right. And then switch. So we switch at the beginning of every exhalation. And it's a slow breath out, slow breath in. And a switch. So continue this for about 5 more breaths. Just helping you to focus on your breathing a bit more. And count the length of your inhale. And then when you switch, exhale, count the length of your exhale. And 2 more breaths like this. At the end of this exhalation, just release. Release your hands, let them rest, breathing in through your nostrils. Feel right and left nostrils breathing in and breathing out. And helping to regulate your breathing, helping to slow it down. Help bring about more calm, a deeper sense of awareness and focus. We're going to start to roll out a little bit through the head and neck. So just gently circling your head from side to side. And this time, as you roll your head one way, pause for a moment with your ear in line over your shoulder for a moment here. And then releasing, and we'll slowly roll the head to the other side. Pause there for a breath or two. And then release, bring your chin back down towards the center of your body. And slowly lift your chin up. And we'll do that a few more times. Exhaling, chin down, inhaling, chin up. As you move like this, especially if you're in a seated position, you can start to open up the chest, roll the shoulders back as you inhale, exhale, chin down, arching your back slightly. I'm doing that for 2 more breaths. Good. This time as you inhale, come back to center. Just do one more thing in this seated position. As you inhale, reach your arms up slowly. As you exhale, release your arms. We'll do that 2 more times. Moving slowly with your breath. One more breath like that. And as you exhale, releasing your legs. We're going to stretch them out a little bit. So if you're still in the seated posture, just rolling out, rolling out through your feet, rolling through your ankles. At the same time, let's also do some rolls through the wrists. Good. Moving in the opposite direction. And then we're going to slowly lower down onto the mat. And if you want to come down really slowly onto your back, inching down from your lower back, right through your mid back. Once you get to your upper back, take your hands behind your head for a moment, resting your shoulder blades down, having your head slightly lifted off your mat. Let your head go a little bit heavy without completely lowering the head down, helping to lengthen through the back of the neck. And then slowly release, let the head come all the way down. Bring your arms down at your sides. And on your next breath in, slowly reach your arms up. And on your next breath out, release your arms back down. We're going to continue that for a few more breaths. Again, just moving slowly, feeling your body move, moving on flow with your breath. And we'll do that for 1 more breath. Good. This time as you release, bring your feet in a little bit closer towards your hips. If they're farther away from you, we're going to plant those feet down and slowly lift up off the hips. So hips lifting off the mat, rolling up your back. On the exhalation, slowly roll back down. And we'll continue with this rolling bridge for about 3 or 4 more breaths. Coming up on your inhale and down on your exhale. And moving slowly. And always doing what feels good, not forcing the body to do anything uncomfortable. Good. This time, inhaling and lifting. We're going to hold that for a few breaths. Also, if you have some support beside you, like some blocks or a cushion would even work, You can place that underneath your hips for a supported bridge pose. Bring yourself into a really nice, gentle inversion, letting your body relax here more deeply with some support underneath your hips. As you hold here, just focus on your breathing. And stay here for about 3 more breaths. And you can start coming up with your feet if you want to come onto your toes. And then bring the left knee in towards your chest, or you can stay on those blocks if that's comfortable. Bring your right leg in. And you can start to stretch your legs up here. See if that feels good. You might need to reposition your blocks just so the edge of the blocks are supporting the top of the hips there, the top of the pelvis. It should feel really nice. It should feel quite easy to keep your legs in this position. So tuning into that, a supported shoulder stand. It's wonderful to put the legs up. Again, another inversion, really helping to stimulate some blood flow, drainage, lymph drainage in the legs and feet, helping to reduce swelling, but also reducing achiness in the legs and feet. So a great thing to do if you've been on your feet a lot today, or even sitting for long periods today. It's still a really good thing to do. You can flex your feet a few times, pointing your toes. And then lifting up through your heels, dropping your toes. We're going to slowly come out of this by bending the knees in towards the chest. And you can take one leg down, one foot down at a time, coming back into the supported bridge. And from supported bridge, we will begin to come out, and we might just shift one block. If you were on 2 blocks or 2 supports, just shift one block away, come back down on that remaining block. And when you're ready, remove all your support and slowly come back down onto your back. And this time we'll bring the left knee in, then the right knee in towards the chest, lifting your feet off the floor. You can rock a little bit from side to side here. You can roll around through your legs, being in opposite direction. Just squeezing your legs back in. Let's do that on the exhalation, on the inhale. Just softening the legs, not having them in so much, but just allowing them to move away from your chest slightly. On the exhalation, bring them back. We'll do that a few more times. On the inhale, let the legs slightly move away. And on the exhale, bring your knees back in towards your chest. We'll do that one more time. And good. This time, releasing your legs. You can release one at a time. Bring your feet back down to the floor. This time, we'll bring the arms out to the sides, reaching outwards, and we're going to rock the legs from side to side. So you can move very slowly. You can move with your breath as you exhale, dropping your legs one way. As you inhale, come back to center. Continue flowing. You can also move your head gently in the opposite direction of your legs. You're moving your head away from the direction that your knees are going. And we'll do that for 2 more breaths. Good. This time as you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, slide your legs out for a moment. We're going to come into a full body stretch. Take your arms over your head, and point your feet in the opposite direction. And just extend your arms, extend your legs, reaching away from the center point. And then we're going to come into what's called the banana pose. We're going to cross the left leg over the right and just start with your arms up over your head. Just start to gently reach over to that right side. Pausing there for a breath or 2. And then as you inhale, come back to center and slide your left leg to the left, cross your right leg over, and reach your arm slightly to the left. And then breathing in, coming back to center. Breathing out, releasing your arms and your legs. All right. From this position, you can bend your knees again. We're going to roll over to the side, staying there for a few breaths. We're not going to rush out of our position. And then using your arms to slowly come up. We'll come up onto the hands and the knees. To start us out here, let's slowly begin to move through the hips. We'll roll in a little circle, moving your hips around, gradually widening out through that circle. So moving your hips in a wider rotation here. When you're ready, we'll reverse and we'll move in the opposite direction. Start with a smaller circle, gradually widen out. Keep breathing here. Good. And this time, reach all the way back with your hips and come forward. And then we're going to come forward with the hips. Angle the hips over to the right and let them drop back towards the feet. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling other side. So slightly moving the hips to the left and coming back. We'll do that again on the right side. And coming forward on the exhalation, moving them to the left side. Good. Inhale, come forward. This time going straight back with your hips towards your feet. Resting here in a child's pose position with your arms stretched out in front. Good. Pausing here for as long as it's comfortable. And on your next breath in, come slowly back to center. And we'll do a few rounds of the cat-cow as you exhale, arching your back. And as you inhale, slowly looking forward. Do that a few more times. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale, slowly look forward. Good. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Inhale, slowly lift your chin. Continue flowing 2 more times with your breath. All right, we're going to come back to center. And we'll do a little twist for the back here. So if you'd like to bring your right arm out to the side for a moment, and then we're going to slide that arm over to the left. So palm facing up, reach over with the right arm moving over to the left. Come onto the right shoulder there if you can, the right side of your head. Find a comfortable place here to rest. Comfortable place to allow your body to release. You can take some time, take a few breaths. When you're ready, slowly come back up. Use your left hand to support you back to center in the table position. We're going to bring the left arm out to the side this time, and we're going to slide it through over to the right, coming down onto the outside of your left shoulder, the left side of your head. Pausing here. Focusing on the feeling of your breath moving through your body and the feeling of your body starting to release. And your body will release with long exhalations. So at any time you can breathe out through your mouth to help lengthen that exhale even more. On the next inhale, prepare to come up. Use your right hand for support. I'm just going to curl the toes under. Slide the hands in. We're going to turn the hands around here, palms facing out, and just a gentle stretch through the wrists. And next time you inhale, slowly release, come up to kneeling position. Bring your arms out to the sides, and with an inhale, reaching your arms up over your head. Pausing there for a moment. And as you exhale, slowly release your arms, come back down. We're gonna bring fingertips to the floor, curl the toes under again, this time to come back. Maybe pausing in a squat for a few breaths. If not, we can move right into a standing position. But if you can be in the squat, just rocking from side to side, hoping to loosen up. You can bring your feet right down onto your mats. We're going to slowly rise up and come into a standing position. We're going to work through the feet a little bit here. You can rock back and forth from the back of your foot to the front. So lifting your heels and then coming back, lifting your toes, spreading your toes a little bit as you rock back. Feeling right through the bottoms of your feet. Let's roll from the outer side. So lifting up the inner edge of your feet, rolling from the outer to the inner. And then planting your feet so they feel balanced, bending and straightening your legs. So getting that connection, that feeling of standing here through the bones of your legs. So we can get that as you exhale and straighten your legs and plant your feet a little bit more as you straighten. Feeling strong in your mountain pose. Bring your arms out to the sides. On your next breath in, slowly reach up. And as you exhale, we're going to come down in front. Push down, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale. And as you come down with your arms, also bend your knees. Come into a bit of a chair position. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms back up. And exhale, bring your hands down towards the ground, bending your knees. 2 more breaths like that. So this is a bit of a Qigong movement, actually, one of the basic movements to help connect to the body and the breath. It helps to bring balance to all different areas of your body. This time as you inhale, reach those arms straight up. We'll connect the hands right together and we're going to come into a side bend. Pausing here for a moment. Breath coming in, straightening right up. As you exhale, come over to the side, the other side. And we'll do that one more time, each side. Inhale, straight up, exhale over. Inhale, straight up, exhale over. Good. Breathing in, straight up to center. Exhale, release your arms. And as you release your arms, roll your shoulders out. Hoping to loosen up there. Opposite direction. Good. To help loosen up those shoulders a little bit more, we're going to pull the arms back, outwards, and then bring them forward. Stretch out through your hands. So I'm interlacing fingers, then turning the palms out, stretching, again, bending the knees a little bit, pulling the arms out. Inhale, lift the hands up, palms facing the ceiling. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, let's do that again. Bring the hands together and then out, straight out in front. Inhale, up. And exhale to release. One more time like that. Inhale, up. Exhale to release. Good. I'm just loosening up through those shoulders a little bit. Noticing, have they been carrying some tension today? How does it feel to move them? And open them and stretch them. All right, next time you inhale, slowly reach your arms. We're gonna now come into a forward bend. So as you exhale, hinging at your hips, folding over your legs, letting your head hang here. If you need to use a little bit of support underneath, you can grab a little support. Place your hands on that support right in front of you. Breathing here. If you'd like, you can inhale, come halfway up, and exhale, sink again. And from here, we're just going to walk the hands out a little bit more, and then walk the feet back and come down onto the knees. All right. And from here, walk your hands in, come up to a kneeling position. And we're going to slowly bring the right leg forward into a lunge. So you can do a little bit of movement here, back and forth. Opening your hips. And I'll show you with support if you want. You can use any kind of support that you have on either side. I've got some blocks here. However you'd like to position any support that you've got to come down a little bit deeper into your lunge. You can also bring your hands right down. Opening those hips. So they might feel really tight. It might take a little bit of time to help them to loosen. And breathe through this one. And when you're ready, you can come back up. And to come up out of this one, we're going to come again into that upright position. Keep that leg forward, but this time straighten out through your leg. So it is helpful to have some kind of support if you feel a little unbalanced here. And I'm just centering the heel, lifting the toes, starting to feel a little bit of stretch there through that leg. It's straight here. You can also come over slightly to that, bending forward from your hips over that front leg for a hamstring stretch. Okay. Find your position that works for you here. Pausing. It can take a while again for these muscles to release. So we're going to walk the blocks back, or come back upright, center ourselves. We're going to bend that front knee again into the lunge and then slowly release. Come back down, come down for a moment, sitting on my feet in the hero's pose just for a moment, stretching the legs a little bit more. If you need support underneath, you can put these blocks right between the feet to sit on for a moment. That always is nice. And then just leaning back to feel that stretch in the quads. And we're starting to come into the reclining hero pose. And you can slowly release, come back to center and then back up to kneeling. We're going to slowly transition to the other side. So if you want to bring your left foot forward, we're coming into that lunge. And stay upright for a little bit, rocking back and forth. If your back knee is feeling a little sensitive or tender, you can also put something underneath your knee. I'm just holding this lunge for a few breaths. Again, once you feel a bit of release in your hips, you can come down a little bit lower. Try to keep your back straight. And when you're ready, you can slowly transition upright again. We're going to straighten out through that front leg. So use your support. It can be tricky to balance here. So use whatever you've got beside you. Stretch out through this front leg. Lift your toes, center your heel, and come into your hamstring stretch. So I'm just going to fold a little bit over that leg. Making sure not to hyperextend your knees, so you don't want it to go back. You want to keep it open. Feels comfortable. And breath here. And stay for 2 more breaths. Okay, when you're ready to release, you can come forward again in that lunge. This time we're going to lift up through the back heel for a moment. And we're just going to transition around. So what we're going to do is we're going to center our upper body now between the legs. Turn your feet both point forward in line with your body. We're coming into a wide-legged forward bend. Let your head sink. And when you're ready, you can start to walk your hands out, start to walk your feet in a little bit more. Finding support here, coming back into your standing forward bend. And halfway up. And as you exhale, we're going to transition again. So if you want to go lengthwise on your mat, come back into child's pose for a few breaths. And you can use a bolster or a blanket. You can position yourself on that support. Turn your head to the side. Pausing here. And just noticing how your body feels in this pose today. Every day is different. Feeling your breath move through your body, move through your back a bit more. When you're ready, we're just going to come forward back into table pose. And from table pose, walk your hands forward or slide your knees back. And we're going to move into a belly pose. So we're going to come right onto the belly. You can start on your forearms. Slowly lower your legs down, your hips down. Coming on to your belly in the Sphinx. Pausing here for a few breaths. And you listen to the sound of your breath here. I'm beginning to slide your arms out a little bit more so you can come right down with your head, reach through your arms. Wiggle out through your legs, so lift one leg up and then send it back. Do the same with the other side. And reach forward with your arms. And we're going to bend the right knee. And we're going to try this position. We're going to try reaching back with our right hand to hook around the right foot. If that doesn't work, you can roll over onto your left side. Support yourself here. And see if that feels more appropriate tonight for your body. So do whichever position works for you. And roll back. And you can keep your head down. And just working on opening the front of your leg there. And these muscles can get really tight too. So when I give time to release to help, this is really helpful for loosening up the knee too. Creating more space in your hip. One more breath on this side. And then slowly release. Reach out through the right side. Right arm reaches out in front. And when you're ready, you can start to bend your left knee and reach back and decide, does that feel okay? Or do you need to roll over onto your right side? You decide here. And pause for a few breaths. And gently pull that foot in. You can also, if this is tricky to hold on to your foot with your hand, you can also try looping a belt around your foot. So whatever you can figure out here. We'll hold for 2 more breaths. And slowly release at the end of this exhalation. Reach your left arm out in front again. Start to come up with your head. And as you do that, come up onto your fingertips. Arms lift right off the floor, but keep your fingertips connected. And reach forward for a moment. Slide your hands forward. And then slowly release and slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. We're going to push up out of this position. And from here again, we're going to go back into child's pose. And this time you can come right down. You could bring your arms back, widening your knees, feet together. Or you can support your upper body with a bolster. All right, hands come underneath your shoulders, preparing to come up. And we'll come up into hero pose. Just another moment here to come out of this one, just come forward a bit, shift your feet to one side, and then bring your feet right out in front of you, but bring the soles of your feet together for this, anticipating the position after we do this one. We're gonna, if you have a bolster or something you can put behind you, it's nice to lie over top of that. You can line up a couple blocks, a folded blanket. But we're just going to sit here for another moment, sitting in butterfly pose, knees wide apart, feet together. You can come forward slightly. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back. So come back to center. And then I'm going to lie over this bolster, which really, I find feels really nice. Oh, I got the blocks here. You can support the legs with something underneath the thighs. Just try to find a position that feels nice here. I'm going to rest here for a few breaths. Shoulders sinking, chest opening. And let your arms come out to the sides, palms facing up. And just see if you enjoy this position. And if you're not enjoying it, if there's some modification you can make, please make it to allow your body to release. Maybe it's more support underneath your legs. And changing your position on your support on your back there. Maintaining a smooth, steady flow to your breath. Stay here for a few minutes more. See how much you can let go in this position. Let your body sink. When you're ready to come out, you can support your legs out of this position, so placing your hands on the outsides of your legs. And if you'd like to come off the bolster for now, you can roll over onto the side. If you're on something, roll it out away from your back, come right back onto your back. So your knees bent, feet on the floor. Rocking your head slowly from side to side a few times. Come back to center. And then you can again rock your legs a little bit more from side to side. And this time as your legs move to one side, stacking the legs one on top of the other, dropping them over and just letting them stay there for a few breaths. And bring your hand down on to the top of that knee or outside edge of that knee. When you're ready, slowly come back to center. And we're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest. Hold that for a moment. And then bring that ankle across to the other thigh. With your left hand gently press into your left leg. If you'd like to move deeper here, you can take your hands behind your right leg. You can take the belt and put some blocks underneath your right foot. Just holding on here for a few breaths. Again, slow down the breath. Help it slow down. With some conscious breaths. And then slowly release. Let go through your right leg. And lift up through your left leg for a moment. And just hold on to it there. Move it a little bit side to side with your legs straight up in the air. And then roll through your leg. Opposite direction. And release that leg right down. Both feet together, or both feet on the floor, knees bent. We're gonna rock the legs again a little bit from side to side. And then align your legs together. Drop them over to that other side. So whatever you didn't do before. So now my legs are moving to the left. Right arm out to the side. Staying in this sideline twist for a few breaths. We'll stay for one more breath here. When you're ready, slowly come back to center. With both legs, bring the right knee in towards your chest, and then bring your right ankle, outer ankle onto the front of your left thigh. Find your center point here. Gently press into your right leg with your hand. You can decide to go deeper when you're ready. Use a belt, use your hands behind the left knee, use blocks underneath your left foot. Just helping to loosen up through the back of the hip. It's really good to loosen up these hips, right? Well, whole body, but definitely the hips. Nice to release them right before bed. And slowly begin to release your left foot. And we'll just bring your right leg up for a moment. You can take your hands behind that leg. You can do just a little movement from side to side. You can circle around right from the hip. So I'm circling the right leg. Keep the knee bent, or you can keep the leg more straight, opposite direction. And release. You can let go again through your feet, resting on your back. Next breath in, reach your arms straight up over your head. Next breath out, slowly release your arms. We'll do that again 2 more times. Breathing in, reaching up. And breathing out, releasing down. 1 more breath like that. We'll come into preparation for Shavasana. So at this point, if you want to get anything you need to be comfortable here, so you might want to reach a blanket, for a blanket. You might want to get ready for bed if you are doing this practice right before bed, making sure you're ready just to go right to sleep after. If you want to put that bolster, if you have a bolster or something you can use underneath your legs, underneath your knees, that always feels nice. And you can cover up. I also like to put something over the eyes, helping to relax the muscles of the eyes even more. And yeah, it just feels good to put, I've got something a little bit heavier over the eyes to release them. Rock your head from side to side. Feel your back release into the floor. Let your arms and legs go comfortably heavy, sinking down. You might position your arms away from your body a bit more, palms facing up. You take a few more slower, deeper breaths in and out, and then eventually here, we're going to let the breath take over. Letting the breath breathe you now. Resting releasing any tension at all that you find as you do a body scan down from the top of your head through your face, again through your jaw, teeth apart, softening through your neck. Softening through your shoulders. And softening, relaxing through your right arm and hand. And softening, relaxing through your left arm and left hand. And allowing your whole body to relax. Your legs comfortably heavy, right leg, your right foot, releasing. And your left leg and your left foot, releasing. See if you can let go a bit more through your hips. Feel the back of your hips sink down. Feel your belly soften. And there's nothing else you need to do. Allow your body to rest fully. And when you are more relaxed in your body, more calm in the mind, you achieve more of that essential rest and rejuvenation. We'll be here for a little bit more, just soaking up, absorbing this peacefulness. So that we don't fall asleep, you can start to wiggle if you're still there. Maybe you want to fall asleep, maybe you're in your bed already. But yeah, wiggle your toes and your fingers. You can gently rock your head from side to side. Start doing any nice movement or gentle stretch that feels good. And stretch out through your legs and your feet. And continue to move slowly and mindfully as you transition whatever you do after this. If you're, again, you're doing this in the evening time, you can keep this as a piece going, just not not doing too much else, hopefully. Thank you so much for practicing bedtime yoga with me. I hope you have a wonderful sleep tonight, and we will see you again soon.